would like to dance you through that valley of purifying your sexual energy to the point where no performance, no show, no twist away from the complete mind-blowing womb cracking receptivity and vulnerability in pure pleasure where that takes place. Pure passion. So welcoming you properly on that journey.
Thank you very much. I accept the invitation. Yeah.
It is an incredibly, incredibly, incredibly vulnerable thing for a woman to be in her pure receptivity, not just to pure receptivity, ergo receiving, but the vulnerability of being open to receive straight into that pleasure. The nakedness of essence, being, soul, body, all of it that comes together in that sexual sphere in terms of allowing ourselves to be seen in that complete, yeah, that's really wow. That's something. It also requires, of course, that we're not in it as somebody hunting pleasure,
Yeah.
in it to be naked as pleasure. There's a hell of a difference. Hell of a difference. The difference is your soul's nakedness and your somebody's hunt or performance, the twist away from the actual deepest breath of pure passion. Because passion isn't just going wild. That's not really what it's about. It's about daring to venture into those landscapes of your soul's complete freaking nakedness. Then we're talking. Mm-hmm. But oh my word, is it also a tender thing? And it requires something from both the man and the woman. From the woman, it requires her to dare even go there. But from the man, it also requires the silence that makes it possible to go there, because that kind of openness is, of course, not open for being taken or, grabbed or like all of these things. So the guy also has to root in his silence for this to be possible. But when she opens into her beauty like that, he has a hell of an initiation into his true manhood and manliness. But that's something we can dance together. It's also something which I'm happy to share about in these chapters in the coming weeks.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Pleasure.
I guess, how would you, if you have anything about how to focus when that comes up, or how to like refocus kind of,
something about, okay, so we just had a meditation, where we were guiding the consciousness down to rest there. We did it just for like half an hour and in various areas. But what we'd really like is that your consciousness comes to truly, I want to say penetrate, as in your consciousness is basically your love, is your masculine, And he wants to penetrate into these areas where there still is not rest, there still is not openness, there still is not wakefulness, and aliveness in these areas. So aliveness also sets off an increase of the sensitivity. And with it, of course, sensuality. They go together, yeah, senses. Yeah. So it really is a matter of pouring yourself into your ground and feeling and passing all of the material that comes up in that willingness to feel. Because that requires quite an amount of self-respect, as in self-love, without respecting the misunderstandings that are arising. Until now it's kind of like there has been a twist of the sexuality and you have respected the twist. But if you stop respecting the twist, but really respect as in love, loving it to its root, then the layers of your self-protection will fall off. And it's a gradual thing. It takes time. It takes time. And it takes also the effort, that you actually care enough to turn your attention towards and let these layers fall off. Because of course there's various pains and, oh God, all of the things we have to realize about ourselves and the things we have to lose in terms of our way of seeing things and all of these things. Yeah. It's all a part of it, and feeling also the pain and resolving the trauma and the conditioning and the ancestral.
Yeah.
But wonderful. It's wonderful work. And it's every time something resolves, you only have more space to be in your ground. So it doesn't actually matter if there is more to come, because every step you take is deeply valuable. Please know that when this is really taken to its true essential meeting, the sexual meeting it's a very sacred thing. It's not something we do lightly. It's not something we do with just anyone or horizontally in terms of this one and this one and this one. There's something deeply sacred about that sexual meeting, which invites us to go on that journey with someone who is ready to grow with us. Because any man is going to find his limit when you go through whatever. There might be a period where you are going through most, and then at some point he's going to max out in terms of his depth of how deeply he can actually reach you and help to offer love into your inner sphere. And in that moment he also has to grow through his limitation and his wounding and things like this. So people in this talk about open relationship and things, there is a certain amount of freedom, I guess, that can come from that spreading in terms of like not being buried under shame around sexuality or something like this. But there's an even deeper invitation. There's an invitation into a maturity, and it doesn't leave room for this changing partners or like several this, that, and the other thing. There's a very specific journey man and woman can take together, and it's going to shape the man according to the woman's inner universe and vice versa. Yeah. So your man's growth in his manhood, I can literally say that it goes through every level, every layer, as in the man's penis grows with your depth coming. It's really interesting.
Wow, it grows like
Grows. Yeah. So the more space you uncover inside yourself, that basically pulls his whole penis to grow into your space. It's quite something. Yeah. And as your womanhood grows, your deep inner space grows, also your breast starts growing. So it's like the whole female woman form of you, the roundness of breasts, of bottom, of the depth inside of you, like all of these things, it literally goes together. It changes the body's form, and we need to lose our every idea of how a body should look based on this. I don't know what the hell it is that they are portraying in the in the fashion and all of these things of like women with flat bellies and like all of this stuff. I used to have these convictions too, or like I would like it like this, or I prefer it like this on myself, but I've had to pass so far beyond all of these collective wirings around women and how they should look, or how all of this, because the real manifestation of woman brings a roundness in that has a completely different beauty to it. And every round form on her is bursting with that essence of the mother, but that requires the roundness, that comes with the roundness.